Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who taught us his truth and who rule well. Peace, love, salutations, and mercy be unto the hopeful elect. Back again with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Ratazad. This lesson is edifying unto you hearers, you Akim and few Akwathium, that are part of the hopeful elect that subscribe unto this truth and that believe with faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, are watching for these last and final prophecies to happen in the earth, and ultimately are the mark of the beast being implemented, are the hour of temptation, the time of Jacob's trouble, and the return of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai Mashiach, all right, whom the world really calls Jesus Christ. Bill Gates says rich countries should only eat beef, which is synthetic. And first of all, if it's synthetic, all right, which we'll look up the definition of that, which shows you that these so-called rich people, they're wise to do evil, but they're not wise in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, when you actually listen to them and you thoroughly, check what they're saying, all right, and filter it through the scriptures, all right, it doesn't add up. The word synthetic, it says made by chemical synthesis, especially to imitate a natural product. But anyways, it's dealing with synthetic, materials, and it's made to imitate something that actually is, or a certain thing, such as this topic at hand, which is beef. All right, so you have certain chemicals that are put together, and it could be pea protein, it could be plant protein, but there's other things that are added to it to give it the flavor, or to give it the texture of actual beef, but it's really not beef. All right, and the reason that he wants you to switch over to this, all right, listen to this reasoning. All right, Bill Gates says that rich countries should only be eating beef, which is 100% synthetic, in order to tackle the climate crisis. So what's going on with beef? What's going on with cows? All right, basically, this man through the status that he has. Because ultimately that's what it is. At the end of the day, he's not a smart individual. In regards to computers and things like that, yeah. But when it comes down to life in general, all right, in those, carbon, all right, Esau is an enemy of things that have carbon. All right, all he knows how to do is destroy those things. Reading on within an article, I don't think the poorest 80 countries will be eating synthetic beef. I do think all rich countries should move to 100% synthetic beef, he said, adding that the claim is they're going to make it taste even better every time. He said that while he believed the switch from beef to a protein alternative is possible for middle income and wealthy nations, it will be politically challenging. There are all these bills that say it's got to be called basically lab garbage to be sold. They don't want us to use the beef label, he said, because it's not beef. It's not beef, man. All right, it's not real beef. All right. Now, this is the reason why I typed in, do cows farts cause global warming? Because they're saying that the methane from the cows, which is cows passing gas, that causes global warming. Now, here's to show you that these people don't have wisdom, or yet they do, but on the left-hand side, because there could be a bigger agenda at hand. All right. I guarantee you that these elites aren't going to eat synthetic meat, that these rich people that are part of the rich 1%, that they're not going to eat synthetic meat. They're going to eat the real thing. All right. But there's an agenda behind this. All right. Because first of all, if you stop eating beef, right, you stop eating cows, wouldn't that just mean that there's more cows on the planet? Wouldn't that mean that there's more cows on the planet, which means that wouldn't there be more methane? So that doesn't make sense at all. There's an agenda behind this. All right, so this article that I pulled up, it says, "Do cows' farts cause global warming?" It says, while it makes for endless dad jokes, it's a myth that cow farts cause global warming. Cows actually burp out methane as their complex ruminant digestive system breaks up plant materials, explained Dr. Sarah Place, an animal scientist with the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. Critics often cite global averages to suggest that cattle are one of the biggest emitters of greenhouse gas, but those figures don't tell the whole story. All right, Place says. Research shows that removing all the livestock and poultry from the U.S. alone would only reduce global greenhouse gas emission by 0.36%. All right, specifically cattle farming in the United States, in the most environmental friendly and sustainable in the world, she says. In the last 40 years, the U.S. cattle herd has shrunk by 1/3, yet U.S. farmers are producing more beef today than they did in the 1970s, Place notes. We're also reducing emission within the dairy industry too. In 1950, the U.S. had 25 million dairy cows. Today, we only have 9 million. The herd has shrunk drastically, but with those 9 million cows, we are producing 60% more milk, according to Dr. Frank Mitloner of UC, stressing the hell out of those cows, man. Stressing them the hell out. Constantly keep pumping their damn milk, man. All right, this earth is completely defiled under this devil. And, a couple scriptures, that comes to mind, of course, Ezekiel 4:13, which reads, "And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them," because we have to go to Esau for one of all things. So even when it comes down to real beef, you don't know really what's within that ground beef. You don't know if it's actually steak. You don't know if it's actually, chicken. All right. When it comes down to, other things, you damn near don't want to eat the label. Now, if you knowingly know that it's pork or something that is off according to the scriptures, then you typically stay away from it, such as crab, shrimp, lobster, and things of that nature. For the most part, when you look at those ingredients on the back of any food that you're getting ready to eat, you get a damn headache, trying to read all of it. But now if it mentions something like povine, or something with pork in it, or it mentions that it has some crab or lobster or whatever, some shellfish and something that's off that we're not supposed to eat it, yeah, you pretty much, avoid it. But for the most part, with other things, hey, the scriptures say this also, 1 Corinthians 10:25, it says, "Whatsoever is sold in the shambles, that eat, asking no question for conscience sake." Because you would damn near bug yourself out, especially if you knew what was in everything, man. And this is under this devil, man. This is under this devil. All right. He's even attacking us via, the food. All right. We can't have no peace in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And when he speaks, he makes it sound fair. He makes it sound clever. He makes it sound like he's benefiting you. But really, he has an underlying agenda. All right. He has double standards. All right. There's a motive that he have, behind the scenes of something that he's trying to do. All right. Because why is Bill Gates buying up the majority of farmlands? All right. It could be that he's trying to capitalize. If he gets everybody to switch from beef, then there's another avenue for him to make money, because he's been investing, all right, within certain, synthetic meat companies. So everything at the end of the day, even if it causes your health to deter, because what I've learned, I used to be a vegetarian So eating those synthetic or, processed fake meats, there's a lot of estrogen in there. So you growing man titties, you getting fat, you can't lose weight. All right, those things are no good for you, man. All right, the real thing is the best thing for you. But yet, here it is, people will listen to what he say and they'll extol it to the clouds. Just because he's with, oh yeah, you know what? Now that I think of it, you know what? He's right. But in actuality, he's wrong, man. All right, those things don't digest well for you. All right, those things are full of salt, which raises the blood pressure. Those things are not good for you at all. The book of Sirach, the 13th chapter, verse 23, it says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds, but if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, all right, they will help to overthrow him. Which the poor man's wisdom is despised within this world. But it tells you within 1 Corinthians, the 19th chapter, verse 21, it says, for it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and I will bring to nothing the wisdom of the prudent. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Have not Yahweh made foolish the wisdom of this world? For after that the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not Yahweh. It pleased Yahweh by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. Because when preachers preach, they preach according to the wisdom of Yahweh by Shemiah Shai. And we tell our people that, yeah, there's a dietary law you have to follow, only eat things that are clean. But yet they'll listen to Esau to tell them they can eat synthetic and processed meats, or fake meats, fake this, fake that, gluten-free this, gluten-free that. All right, and they'll accept his wisdom above the wisdom of Yahweh by Shemiah Shai. All right, which teaches you how to live. Everything that deals with the word of Yahweh by Shemiah Shai, it teaches you to be clean and it teaches you to be holy. All right, it teaches you how to live. It teaches you things that are conducive to life. But everything that Esau does turns things into death or pollutes it. All right, which shows you that these are the same spirits that were back during the time of Cain. All right, which were of his lineage. All right, those spirits are back, but now in the children of Esau, Edom, idiot, Esau, Edom. Genesis, the 6th chapter, verse 5, it says, and Yahweh saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the tongue and of the heart was only evil continually. And it repented Yahweh that he made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. Verse 7, and Yahweh said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beasts and creeping things and fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. Jumping down to verse 11, the earth also was corrupted before Yahweh, and the earth was filled with violence. And if I'm not mistaken, when you look up the word corruption, all right, let's look it up together. The word there is shakath. And the word means to destroy, go to ruin, decay, to be marred, to be spoiled, to be corrupted, to be injured, ruined, rotted. All right. To pervert, morally, as well as physically. So in a roundabout way, the earth is polluted. The earth is polluted under the inhabitants thereof, as it states within the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 24:5. It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, and broken the everlasting covenant. So not only is things corrupted, but they're polluted as well. So the food is polluted, the air is polluted, the land is polluted, the morals of the people are polluted, the way of life is polluted. And who has caused this? All right, the seed and the bloodline of Cain, which is come back in the reincarnation, are through Esau, Edom. Reading on in verse Genesis 6:12, it says, "And Yahweh looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupted, for all the flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth." So what did he do? He caused a flood. And in that flood, he killed every living soul in regards to man except Noah and his sons and their wives. And he saved two of each kind in regards to the creatures that were upon the earth, and he saved them through an ark. But it tells you in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 3, it says, "But when the unrighteous went away from her, and his anger, he perished also, in the fury wherewith he murdered his brother, whose caused the earth being drowned with the flood, wisdom again preserved it, and directed the course of the righteous in a piece of wood of small value." So the point being is that they corrupted the earth. The seed of Cain corrupted the earth so much to the point where Yahweh was angry and was willing to destroy every living soul upon the planet earth, save Noah and his family. Well, that's how Yahweh Bashim Yahushai feels this time. But he's not going to destroy the earth by fire, by water. He's going to destroy it by fire. He's not going to destroy the earth by water. He's going to destroy it by fire. All right. And not the whole earth, but certain parts of the earth. And those are the parts of the earth where the third part of men are living, which is the sons of the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, because Esau is corrupting the earth. The earth is defiled. All right. The sky is defiled. The air that we breathe. All right. This devil is constantly spraying chemtrails in it. All right. The water that we drink is defiled because this devil is constantly polluting it with chemicals, pumping chemicals into it, radiation, throwing trash into it, throwing tires into it. All right, throwing things that don't belong in there, things that will not break down, all right, biologically into it. All right, the ground is polluted, all right, because he's putting things in the ground that is polluting the ground, man. All right, he's creating factories and things, all right, to make his pocket rich. All right, and those are the true things that are causing the earth to be polluted, man. All right, as well as the manufacturing of cars and pulling the natural gases and and oil out of the earth. And this is what is defiling the earth. Now, whose knowledge and wisdom is that? That's the wisdom and knowledge of the so-called white man, all right, which is the Edomite. All right, they are defiling the earth. They are the reason that the earth is defiled. Don't let them tell you that methane from cows is causing global warming. Don't let them tell you that we're causing global warming. All right, they're cutting down trees, man. There's no oxygen. All right, because they're cutting down the majority of trees. That's the reason why the scriptures say that the trees are going to rejoice when this devil is taken down, because they're going to say, since thou has went down, no feller has come up against us. All right, a feller is a lumberjack, somebody that cuts down trees. Isaiah, the 14th chapter, verse 7, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow has come up against us. So once you're taken out of the earth, the real pollution of the earth is the Edomite. And once they're taken out of the earth, that's when the earth can enjoy peace. Once the true Israelites are established, of course. So with that, I truly hope that this lesson was edifying. Until the next time, inshallah.